ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. In this video, let us examine what is the use of reading and writing books in relation to wisdom. You see, there are infinite waves on the surface of the ocean. But if you keep on floating with the waves, you will become a worldly person. But if you begin to seek and search the ocean in the waves, you become spiritual and your journey starts from that inquiry. You see, people read books and people write books. I am speaking in connection with the area of spiritual field. So, people write and they have written number of books about God, and people read number of books about God. See, there are so many scriptures and holy books. The point is, people go on reading the books, and whoever has tried to acquire wisdom through reading only the books have passed away only in that phase without any wisdom. The wisdom is that God cannot be written and cannot be found in the books. What you have to read in the holy books and how to read the scriptures and holy books, the method of reading and the process of knowing about the divinity is, you can read all holy books, but if you concentrate only on the words and lines, you can become a scholar and pandit. But you cannot have the experience of the divinity in this process. Here, when you read the unwritten in the space between the lines, and when you start wondering in the unwritten, which is invisible, then when you remember that unwritten, you will be at wonder. So when you start wondering, you become innocent. So the child is embodiment of the innocence. So when you become a child, purely innocent, then your journey starts on the divine path of the unknown. See, a bird does not leave any footprints on the earth when it flies. When it flies, it does not leave any footprints in the space. So it is an unknown journey into the uncharted path. Everybody has to draw his own path. Everyone has to fly himself or herself on this journey. So, when you start reading the unwritten in any book which is hidden in that holy book, then your journey starts. See, at the mind level, we read, but at the mind level, we memorize all the words. But whatever the words we write can be erased on one day. And whatever the words which are born in our mind may dissolve on any day. But the feelings of the divine which are there in your heart and which are saturated with the vision of the unknown cannot be expressed in any words. They can be heard only in silence by yourself. So, no amount of the devotion and expression of the devotion cannot be contained in mere words. And whatever is expressed in words or the devotional songs is only a paltry experience of that expression and that experience. So, to experience the God, to experience the divinity is something happens in your being, within yourself, which you cannot express in the language of the people, because the language of that communication is only a communion, and it happens only in silence. So the books are made of paper, and the words written there are with ink. The paper and the ink are perishable. How can the perishable can describe or can be evidence to the imperishable? So, whoever solely and wholly depend on the knowledge and information contained in the books about God are sailing in the paper boats of the books, and those the sailing in those paper boats can drown them, as the boat may capsize any time and drown in the ocean of the existence. So one has to go within himself. One has to inquire within himself as to the nature of the world, mercy of the Lord, by introspecting himself in the book of life. The existence, this vast existence, and your life are testimonies to the evidence of the divinity. So, dwell into the book of life, into each and every happening in your life, and see each and every incident with the eyes of the divine, and that is wisdom. When you start observing, seeing the book of life through the eyes of the divine, you come to know how merciful and what is the divine love. When you realize that love of the God in your day to day, moment to moment of the life, you cannot express anything in words. You become silent. The mind becomes silent because it is incapable of expression of that divine ecstasy. That is what the great saints and sages have experienced. They became silent, and whatever they expressed in silence only points out to the way to the divine. So, in this regard, there is a beautiful incident happened in Maharashtra. There were three saints: Eknath Maharaj, Nivruttinath Maharaj, and Muktabai. So, Eknath Maharaj once sent a blank paper as message to Nivruttinath and Muktabai. So the messenger has brought that blank paper and gave it to Nivruttinath Maharaj. So Nivruttinath Maharaj and Muktabai, they read the unwritten message on the blank paper and told the messenger that tell Eknath Maharaj that we have understood the message sent by them and they fully agree with Eknath Maharaj to what he has conveyed. The messenger was surprised. He asked Nivruttinath Maharaj, I am at loss to understand. He has sent a blank paper. Nothing is written on that paper. He told me that he has sent a message, and you say that you understood the message. I am at loss to understand. Please explain. Then Nivruttinath Maharaj explained to the messenger that what Eknath Maharaj conveyed is the God cannot be read in books. You can't know him through books. Only when you know the art of reading the unwritten, then only you know him. That's what the message he has sent. So we understood that message and we fully agree with him. This is what he explained to the messenger. So we should learn the art of reading the unwritten in the existence, in the life, in the book of our lives. God is not visible, but He is there everywhere. He is omnipresent, omniscient, as sages have said. So, how to experience the invisible in this form? So, unless you dive deep into yourself, unless you introspect yourself, all the incidents happen in the book of your life. When you turn the pages of the book of your own life, you come to know how He was taking care of you, how He was loving you, how He is coming to your rescue at every point of time with so much love. So realize Him, Be blissful because realization of the God is realizing your own nature, intrinsic nature, and that is the nature of the divinity, and that is bliss.